Plane.
All right. Hi, everyone. Before we do our intros real fast, would you like to see this cool bug we found while setting up? It turns out if you pick up anything, everybody stands up, which is really weird. We didn't know that existed. Anyway, I'm Amyrlinn. Hi. I am one of the gameplay you're going to be seeing. If everyone else wants to introduce themselves.
I'm AngelicKnight. I'm going to be the main host for the lobbies that we're running here, and also calling out things due to desync, which we'll cover a bit more later.
I am Biglaw. I will also be assisting in commentary and be blasting the heck out of various vehicles that we'll be encountering during this run today.
I am Bolts, also known as B. I'm going to die if I don't eat sushi earlier in the marathon, and I have terrible taste of speed games. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, and the two other people we have with us are Acadiel and Enigma, and I asked them to write sentences about each of themselves. Acadiel says, he found PowerWash Sim on the side of the road and streamed it to my Discord server one night. He got us all into this mess, so now we punish him by having him review simulator games. And Enigma says, Enigma seems to be convinced this is part of the Savage Raid in Final Fantasy XIV, but he's a machinist main, so it's close enough. All right, so we are cleaning all the vehicles in this game, of which there are many. I do not know how many there are, but we all have very set positions, and we all do very specific things on them. We're going to all get in position. The timer starts when we do our first spray. These first few levels are going to go really fast while we explain things, because they're really short. And then we'll have a little bit more time to chill and appreciate the game. So if we're ready, we can go in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so as you can see, we're destroying a lot of the grime on these cars. We're using the most powerful washer in the game, which is called the
tire.
All right, and right there you're going to hear Angelic being our shot caller for the run. They are the host, and so they have the most accurate up-to-date. And as soon as they hit 100%, they cancel out of the game, and it kicks us all out. So we're using the most powerful washer in the game. We're using the Trident tip, which is 3 red nozzles combined, and we're going to be absolutely blitzing through it.
Go.
Not much to say for these first few levels, other than there's a lot of... The difficulty of this game is figuring out all of the tiny individual things you need to clean, so that's why we're being very specific about certain points. And we all have various
door hinge wing mirrors on it.
We have various snafus that we've run into in the past that we're like, this one is a problem.
Yeah, and like Amy was talking about, these levels were designed for you to be starting out using the weakest power washer, doing this solo. These were all designed to be done on your own. And we're bringing 6 people with the most powerful power washers coming in here and just rushing it. So these levels are a lot quicker than they normally be.
Hold. Go.
You'll also see us wait, like right there. If any of us spray before the 6th person joins, they have to download dirt, and downloading dirt is bad. So we try to avoid doing that.
Windscreen, wing mirror.
Yeah, downloading dirt can be quite a lengthy process if there is enough cleaning done, which is very unideal. So we do try to avoid that.
Yeah, if we spray anything, whoever joins in last has to re-download all the dirt in the level. So the fire truck is the first one where we really have more specialized positions beyond just everybody spray everything. I tend to go towards the back. Everyone else has their own positions. And, early on, again, not a lot of this dirt is very hard. It's mostly just dirt and some bird poop. Later on, it does get a little bit harder, where we're cleaning oil and stuff like that, and that expects us to use soap. But this is a no-soap run. We are avoiding the soap. But if you want to see us use soap, donate for the train incentive. All right.
Handles, steps, wheel.
I got the fog lights. There we go.
Just a wheel.
Back right. Back left. I don't know my directions. Do we want to
So-
talk a little bit about the desync in the game?
Yeah, let's talk about the desync. So as you can see, what I see is real and what Angelic sees is real are completely different things. Angelic is the host, so they're always going to see things accurate, while the rest of us are desynced randomly. We haven't quite figured out what changes it, but what we have figured out is that if none of us are using the Trident, or if there's only 5 people, there's no desync. So we accidentally made this extremely hard for ourselves. But it's great. It's fine. This is easy. This is fun.
Yeah, and how that kind of manifests while we're playing through it is we will not necessarily know exactly the state that the vehicle we're cleaning's in. We don't know exactly what's 100% been cleaned because what's getting cleaned as we get to these later, larger levels will take some time before the other players we're with will kind of snap back to catch up and we'll kind of get to where we are in the future, or I guess present, whatever. Anyways, but long and short of it is we have to kind of rely on communicating what's actually been cleaned for these larger levels as we get to them. For these shorter ones, it doesn't matter if we do something over that someone else has already cleaned. But when you're spending a significant amount of time for these levels, it's really important not to do that and not waste a bunch of time because this is a speed run, shockingly, surprisingly.
Yeah. And it does get pretty difficult towards the later levels because they're pretty big, and if we waste a bunch of time, that's suboptimal. Oh, these are going really well. I should be running a timer or something.
Well, I think someone here is at least.
If only there was a timer on the screen, right?
Yeah.
If only there was
yeah.
a timer on the run.
Open.
Yeah. Chat, let us know how far along are we?
Just post some times in chat. They don't have to be the correct times, just some times.
This time.
Just your
Do
favorite
you
time
want
of
me
day.
to also give incorrect times? Because I can do that.
Yeah, absolutely, teacher.
Okay, it is currently somewhere between 3 minutes and 17 minutes and 30 seconds.
We're crushing it, or we're not crushing it.
Or in absolute
wow.
shambles. Thank you for the update.
You're very welcome.
All right. So once we get to these longer levels, we can. Well, we don't slow down ever. But this one's goofy. This is I think $10 job in the main game where you just clean this little bike. But there's 6 of us, so it takes about 5 seconds.
On.
There you go.
Yeah, this is the statistical equivalent of bringing a fire hose to a water gun fight.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Next is helicopter, I think.
No, or it's RV.
Nope.
Open.
RV.
All right.
All right. So now we start to get into some of the longer levels.
Oh.
So the RV is the first one that teaches you about graffiti. Graffiti is difficult to clean off usually again, but we're using the Trident, which is very powerful and cleans everything in basically one swipe. All right, so I've got the back.
Getting
People
understood.
have nice. And again, there's a lot of very specifically tight angles that you have to hit, and for a couple levels in the game, we'll point those out directly because getting them is one of the more difficult things in this run.
Am I right to understand that once you're close enough, the remaining dirt on any vehicle lights up to make it easier to find?
Yep. And
No. So that is actually a feature. If you hit tab while playing this game, any remaining grime will be highlighted and is visible to you. So you can know exactly what you're missing. But
Screen wiper.
again, that is a slight issue of host versus connected player. So we don't know exactly what is accurate. So we have to rely on Angelic if we're not 100% on something.
Right side window. Yep. So what the game does do, however, is if you get close enough to cleaning something, if you get most of it off, it will eventually just kind of give you credit for it, and it'll clean the rest of it off for you. And depending on the object we're cleaning, it varies a little bit for that. So some of the objects that have a little bit less like forgiveness, those are the really annoying ones that take a while to
I
clean
think we're
through.
good. Yeah.
Yep.
One thing we see here is the equipment moving. With the off-host desync, only the host can really pick it up. Otherwise, the person who picks it up gets locked to picking up an equipment for a minute and a half. So I set it up during the spawn of the multiplayer lobby.
Yeah, so we either get locked to picking it up, or we get sent to speed jail, which is either 1,000 feet in the air or below the map.
Yeah.
So
Not ideal.
none of us will be picking up equipment. Angelic will be doing all of that. Luckily, there's glitches in this game. I know, that's shocking. Where if you run and jump up a sloped surface, you go way higher than you're supposed to. And I can try and demonstrate it because I know other people have been doing it, but they're not on screen. So if I run up the stairs and jump, I wind up going way higher than I'm initially supposed to. So I can get onto the roof very easily. But I need to finish cleaning my area.
That kind of reduces the need for moving equipment in some cases, so we don't have to rely as much on moving it around here and there. We can just move it to one spot and kind of leave it there, and if you need to get up to like the top of the helicopter, you can just do some sick kick flips up the side of the helicopter and get up there.
Yeah,
I know a thing or two about kickflips.
There are a couple very specific levels where, like, our strategy for cleaning it entirely relies on people just hitting one of those jumps to get to a place before the rest of us can see it, because again, the angles in this game are very weird. All right, how's the tail rotor? Almost done?
All right, left landing leg is done.
For some reason, the tail rotor drive shaft in this mission is the most complicated thing to clean.
Yeah, it's got like a billion different angles to get at it from, and this ladder is not cooperative at all.
I'm just making sure. Oh, well, another thing is, there we go. They added an aim mode to the game, so you can kind of see us swiping our power washers back and forth across the screen. That used to not be in the game, so you used to have to lock
Pocket
your
ladder
camera
landing gear windows.
and swipe.
And gears to the right side.
Ladder's done. Windows.
If you want to know,
What am I missing?
if you want to know what else is almost done, the Clean the Train incentive is currently at $13,931.
Very nice.
Excellent.
Chat absolutely flying, as are our runners. Just 10 minutes in, and we are almost there. Keep it up, chat.
Yeah, I saw some people saying that the train took them like 4 hours to clean, and we're going to do it in 6 minutes. So please look forward to that. All right, so here's where the angles start. You will see that a lot of these treads have dirt very sneakily hidden inside them. We've got to be crouching and hitting it from a bunch of different angles, and that only gets worse as time goes on. They start throwing very complicated, obviously, things at us.
Yeah, on this level in particular, persistence is key in just going over areas multiple times, because you need to be sure you're going over every last inch of this vehicle, because dirt will hide in the smallest of nooks. Would that be correct, or would it be a cranny?
A little bit of both.
It can be both. No one's here to correct us.
I mean, a nook would be a small secluded space, with a cranny being a small opening or crevice.
Well,
wheels.
nooks and crannies.
I thought a nook
That's it.
was that guy in Animal Crossing.
If I remember right,
that
a
is
nook is
correct.
usually like a corner.
Yeah,
Okay.
Small
Yeah, like
secluded space.
reading nook.
I thought a corner was a corner.
All right.
Just in.
So while we're loading this level ateatree, if you've got a couple quick donations, you can go on those.
I certainly do. There are many people excited to see that train get washed. Johan of Bones sends in $50 to PCF. The job is to clean all vehicles. The train is a vehicle. Therefore, you must clean the train. Zabogo donates $104, saying power washing is the best washing. Let's get that train clean. Oi, akayoy. Court
Thank you.
with $10.40. Thanks for welcoming me, 104 crew, and especially Amy for being a rock to so many during events. Musical Daredevil donates $50, saying greetings from the GDQ studio control room. Say, I noticed a bit of dust behind some of the computers. Could you all take care of that? And Frozen Truly with $104, saying if I can't be in room 104 in person, I'll at least let you know I'm there for y'all virtually. Now let's get that train clean.
Thank you all. That's actually one thing we should mention. The train is a vehicle. Why aren't we cleaning it? It's a special vehicle. It's not technically in the vehicles tab. So that's why we didn't include it in this run.
It's not included in the story mode. All of this is part of a large story mode. There's a bunch of lore and plot and twists and turns, and a lot of deep character development with all these vehicles. Each have their own like names and backgrounds and really deep history. But unfortunately, we can't go through that right now. But
Yeah. It's
those are not
very similar to
included.
like Teardown, sort of.
Yeah, where the plot is kind of told in the different briefings on the jobs.
So, the plane. The plane is a right jerk. It has invisible stuff that you have to know where it is. Otherwise, you can't find, like, unless you get lucky and happen to spray across it, you can't find it. So there's a couple fuselage wirings that are actually just invisible. And also there's Offhost trying to get up a ladder. It doesn't work very well. But luckily, we know where the invisible stuff is. So
Yeah. Just a lot of iterations of going through the level, getting to the end of the level, and everyone going, where's the fuselage wire? What's going on? Why aren't we done with the level? And then like spending 5 minutes trying to figure it out. And then
And it's
as
just
we
the
do
one
that
at the
more
back
and more,
that's the same color as the rest of the body.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just learning every time kind of like what are the pain points? What takes a while to clean? What is like really picky and what do we need to focus on, and just learning that every time. So like you can sit there's a surprisingly significant amount of people that have speedrun this game, like surprisingly, and you can really sit down and like really figure it out and really think about how you want to like execute it, I guess. So we've been learning over time. We've definitely been improving a lot for this. It's not just sit here and we just flail our mouses around and we meme around. We do meme around though, but
yeah, I promise there is actual thought going into like what we're doing. We have planned this pretty extensively, actually.
Jet engine, done. Wheel, just a wheel.
There we go.
Wheel?
Yep.
Wheel. Where's the wheel? I know I got the front two, I think.
it's the front wheel.
It's
What?
the front one, yeah.
Oh my god.
As soon as you said that, I
Oh my
ran
God.
straight toward the. I'm like,
I'm embarrassing myself. All right. While we're loading in, T-Tree, 2 quick donations.
2 quick donations. Eric MK donating $250 saying, they really put the prizes in and turn on cleaning duty, huh? And Gravis with $25 saying, people are always talking about donation trains, but this is my first opportunity to make a train donation.
Ooh, that's right. All right. So as we get onto the Frolic boat, I think this is called.
Yes.
Here's where we're going to start to run into the final problem with playing with 6 players. So there's desync on the dirt, right? There's also desync on the players. So the game doesn't like 2 people occupying the same space, much like in real life. But if 2 people try to occupy the same space, one of them will just get randomly pushed out. And so that becomes a huge problem when we're like trying to clean very specific angles. And it gets worse on upcoming levels. So if anybody tries to crouch inside these like small sections in the back of the boat, people can jump in and push them out, and sometimes push them through the map, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's happened many times where after I get done cleaning, what I start with, I go to the back of the boat, and Acadiel's usually there, and unfortunately I usually accidentally grief. It's not accidental anymore, I don't think, but accidentally grief Acadiel. And then but you've done it, and like a minute later that Acadiel's gonna have to deal with you walking on through because of the desync. So you can just like give them a forewarning, be like, by the way, like I'm about to just
I'm about to ruin your life. No problem.
I'm about to ruin your life in about a minute.
Keep your eyes open.
Be prepared.
It's for sure one of those, hey, in a minute, guess what's up?
By the way, Acadiel, I'm going to be over there in a minute. Just an FYI.
All right, hull bottom of the boat is done.
Awesome. Top of the boat's done.
There we go. All right.
There's definitely a lot of fiddly stuff in the 2 sort of alcoves of the boat. There's just a bunch
Right
of little
pole's done,
objects
left
everywhere.
pole needs work.
These poles are impossible to
done.
clean. They just have invisible dirt everywhere.
Poles are done. Canopy trim, door frame.
I'm trying to get out of the way.
I'm
rear
trying
door
to finish
frame.
the canopy trim. Door frame.
Got
Let's
it.
see. Okay.
We're done.
So this is, as you can see, that's why we have to plan so heavily for where we're going to be, because otherwise we'll just bump each other out of the way. All right, T-Tree, 2 quick donations.
All right, 2 quick plus 1 more. Thank you to everyone for helping us meet that $15,000 Clean the Train incentive.
Hey,
Woo,
thank
got
you.
it done.
Yay.
With the help of people like Nathaniel Jams, who sent in $25 saying a 360 no soap appreciation donation. Let's get that train clean. And Kenner sending in $100 saying, the train, we must clean it.
Indeed.
Thank you to those two and to everyone else making this possible.
Yes.
All right, so
Thank
this
you
is the
all.
monster truck. This is a bit of a nightmare of a level because the wheels are very difficult to get clean. They have angles upon angles upon angles, and I am stuck under here under this monster truck, and let me tell you, there is so much to clean. Oh my god.
Yeah, speaking of griefing people from last level, unfortunately, it is Biglaw's turn to deal with people coming into their space and just wrecking everything going on.
Yeah.
So.
I am the perpetual victim on this level, unfortunately. So it's very important for me to get my job done quick and get out of there as soon as possible.
Hey, Biglaw, I'm coming into your space, by the way.
Oh no!
No, Amy, let me out, please.
Nope. Okay. All right. I'm out of there.
I'm actually stuck. Okay, we're good. I actually got stuck in there. As you were saying that, I got boxed in.
Oh, Lord.
I'm sorry. Yeah, some of it. So at this point, it's just we all know what we have to clean, and it's getting the other people out of the way so we can clean it.
My tire's clean.
I think. Oh, my tire's not clean. This is where the Dirto Vision comes in. Very handy. That is still accurate. So what's
climb.
real and
Yeah.
what's not in desync is weird. Visually, it can be wrong. There we go. But what's always correct is the bar in the upper left. For some reason, is just always accurate to what Angelic is
done.
seeing. My tire still has some, and I can't. There it is.
Do we get
Never mind.
those steps?
No, left step needs to be handled. Now I have left his axle. So the rear axle.
Okay, I've got the right step.
All right.
Nice. A fairly
That was pretty good.
painless monster truck. That's always good.
Subplane.
All right. 2 quick donations while we're loading.
Of course, take the opportunity to thank some more people who helped make that incentive we just met possible. BDog64 with $1,500 simply saying, for the train. And Emily donating $350 to Prevent Cancer Foundation saying, train! And we will in just a moment.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So
I've
this is the
found a
first
new
level.
bug.
Oh, cool.
I am stuck underneath the plane.
Do you want me
Good.
to blast you out?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
All
we
right,
can move
concentrated
people.
blasting.
We can move people by
Hey.
blasting them with the power washer. It's not helpful at all,
Except for
Except
there,
right there.
apparently.
except for right there. So this level introduces oil. Oil can't be cleaned in one swipe by the trident, so we have to spend a little bit of extra time on it. So you can see some of the dirt, like under here, is actually oil. But all in all, the stunt plane is actually pretty easy. This is one of the levels where we'd really use soap if we were doing a soap run, but soap
we
is
are-
bad.
Yeah, we do not appreciate soap in this household.
Yeah.
Except on the train, which you guys, again, thank you very much.
Yeah, honestly, we practiced the train for quite a while, and I'm very excited to clean that. It's also a very soothing game in general.
Wait, why is that? I just realized one of the boxes in the back like glows when you use
elevators,
the dirt
exhaust,
vision.
front wheel support, inner wing struts, lower wings. Front wheel support, inner wing strut.
It's always very depressing when
Interwing
Angelic has a whole list of stuff that we have not cleaned this far into it.
It's going to be one of the few examples of
It's the
using
right one.
tablet.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so I think there's only a couple left.
Yeah,
if
there's
I remember
there's 2
correctly.
more.
Yeah.
So up next we got the big boat. We like
Yep.
boats. This one's actually suspended in the air, so I think this technically constitutes an airboat.
No.
To be fair, Chad is big fans. They've been buzzing about the airboat all run so far, so thank you for that.
All right, and so you can draw stuff in this game.
Yeah, Amy, you have about a minute to draw whatever you want before I get over there.
All right, how do you draw a bunny?
Okay. Oh, if you're drawing a bunny, I'll give you more time.
Okay,
They've got 2 ears.
there you go. That's sort of a bunny.
Let me come over. I actually want to see.
Biglaw, the crisp one. Okay.
I'm a master of my craft. What can I say?
Yeah. So now the joke is you avoid cleaning the our masterful drawings until the level.
No, it's going down. I'm sorry.
But the fishing boat is complicated. This is a 7-ish minute level. Even with 6 people, this takes a long time. Long, obviously in
Speedrun
theory.
terms.
Yeah.
We're getting into the levels that were designed when the Trident existed. So they're like, oh, we can throw a bunch of stuff at them. They've got this now. Like, there's no mercy anymore. Like, they're gonna throw all of this at you all at once.
Yeah. So even the 15-degree washer nozzle, which is the yellow one, it works fine. But yeah, the Trident is just very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned earlier we all have very strong wrists. This is a level that really tests that, because you are just sweeping side to side constantly. At least for the people cleaning the boat. The people up above are they get to not be as furious, but they have to be more precise.
Yeah, should you be attempting speedruns like this, I do recommend looking up Dr. Levi. He has some good gamer stretches, encourage some healthy gaming habits right there. So,
Yes.
Look at that. We love
do,
an opportunity to remember to stretch.
Yeah, don't do too many runs at once, please. Your wrists are important.
You know what? I like your drawings. Unfortunately, they are going to disappear, but I do like them.
Thank you. I think that's the first time you've ever said you've liked one of my drawings. I'm so honored.
You've been improving.
Thank you.
Oh, the bunny! I didn't notice the bunny before. That's super cute. Okay.
Yeah.
We're putting that one on the fridge, Amy.
Charbunny asked me to draw a bunny, and I think I did it very badly. But Char, I hope you're happy with that. All right, now we clean everything.
Look, any bunny is a good bunny.
That's right.
Very true.
So as we finish the hull and we move up to the more complicated parts, this has a lot of very finicky small things all around it. Specifically the fair leads, which there are 24 of, I think, all around the boat. They're very easy to get if you're just sweeping across it, but it's not very easy to get if you're, like, it's missable, right? So, it's just taking your time, making sure everything in the upper left disappears correctly. Because we don't often get the dings on client side, but Angelic gets all the dings correct on host side.
Mm-hmm.
Those satisfying dings.
Yeah,
Yep.
like I just got the ding for the top portion of the boat that I cleaned. Like I stopped cleaning like a minute and a half ago. It just gets worse and worse when you get to these longer levels and you're just cleaning like tons of dirt all at the same time.
I should go check and make sure my stuff is done. It's not. Good idea.
See, there's about 14% left in this level. Is there any time for donations?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a good time, actually.
Right on. The Flying Amyrlinn sends in $20 saying, I wonder if you can power wash an oven. And why do they call it oven when you oven the cold food without hot eat the food?
Well, you
I have Newt with $25.
Sorry. No,
Not at all. I have Newt with $25 saying, missing you all this week, but happy to support from afar this year. Love you so much. You've made GDQs such a bright light in my life. 104 forever. BDog64 with another $500 saying, so when can I hire these folks to power wash my house? And Kestrel sending in $5 to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Room 104 gamers have a blast cleaning for a great cause. Put this towards cleaning the train, but it's looking a little sus. Lamau.
Thank you.
That is very Kestrel.
We can go for probably a couple more, and then we're gonna need to have a conversation at the end about how to finish this out.
No problem. The Faye Whiskers donates $50 saying, I've never seen Acadiel more awake than while power washing this vehicle. Wow. Love all y'all. Jay with a $100 donation. So relaxing to watch. Can you wash off my driveway later? I don't think your driveway can withstand these water lasers. That's kind of what it feels like they are to me.
Yeah, no, the person who asked us to wash their house, I don't think you're going to have a house after we're done, I'm sorry.
We can wash the house. It's just,
And
be
a
there.
good friend of many folks around GDQ, Evanosaurus Rex, with a $500 donation to PCF. I haven't been able to watch much this week, but I had to tune in to see some of my favorite runners and also favorite people shoot a bunch of tridents at a bunch of vehicles. I miss you all. Room 104 Hype.
Thank you,
Miss
Evan.
you all too.
Hi, Evan. I miss you too. Evan is another one of the producers at GDQ. I have a great time hanging out with him. He also works for Fortnite.
He is John Fortnite.
He is John Fortnite even.
Right,
Do
Stevens?
not tweet him for V-Bucks. Do not do that.
Do not
Please
do that. No.
Can they put power washing in Fortnite?
Oh, they should.
You can maybe ask him for some dinosaur facts. I think he'd be okay with that.
Ooh, wait, dinosaur
Yeah.
facts. Yeah, wait.
Oh, I don't know any.
Oh, well.
Nope.
Anyways.
I can make some up.
Please do.
Okay.
What is a
All right.
made-up dinosaur fact? I would like one right now.
The Tyrannosaurus Rex didn't exist. That's
True.
Oh my god.
True.
That's the secret. They don't. The big T-Rex doesn't want you to know.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
are their
no,
arms so
T-Rexes were
tiny?
actually made for a Jurassic Park.
Pulley
That's right.
chain, mast, gun walls.
Angelic is
Thank you,
telling
Angelic.
us to be serious and do the speed run that we are here to do.
I didn't have to use the tablet for that one. I just looked at it. Cabin
got
door, fair leads, anchor pipe, life buoys, deck walls.
There it is. You know which deck?
Buoy.
Life buoys done. It's the cabin door. Let's see.
Oh, that's the anchor pipe. What the heck? Why is it so dirty?
Fair lead, winch rope, deck wall. That's it. Deck wall's done.
It's not that one.
On a classic,
Oh,
fair
winch
lead.
rope. Oh no.
That's it. Find a fair lead. Yeah, I found it.
Hey,
good
all right.
job.
So yeah, if you're cleaning this boat and you know boat terms, or you've played Final Fantasy 14, you can know where stuff is on that boat fairly easily.
Amy, which side is the larboard?
That has an R in it, so it's right.
Open.
I'm just going
I
to very
don't know
confidently
enough
say
boats.
that nobody
I'm
can correct
gonna
me.
cry. You had
Where
a
on the boat is the
50-50
jib?
shot.
All right, so now we're on the final vehicle. This is definitely an RV we share, but actually it's a UFO. Canonically, it's because there's like some funky mermaid people from
Atlantis.
space, Atlantis.
Atlantis, space,
It's the same
same
place.
Yeah.
No.
Both
like those are the
largely
same place.
unexplored.
Yeah,
Run being
have you ever
broadcast
been
to
to
you live
Atlantis?
from Space Atlantis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Space Atlantis.
Space Atlantis Studios, Orlando. Yeah.
So
That's
if you
the
notice in the top left, the names of things are potentially a little bit confusing. So Angelic will just call out like go to the
Polarized
Also,
laser
stream
plating.
intake vents.
Yeah.
the deflector dish, the diodized view. Like what does it mean? I don't know.
We just smile and nod and just kind of spray and hope. But we actually have a pretty good idea as to what's going on in this UFO, more so than most people generally would.
Yeah. We all had to memorize a surprising amount about this UFO because every so often we'll do a run and right at the end there's like one part that none of us know of and we have to go find it and then we all go, okay, it's there.
I think every time you finish the level, it just creates a new part that wasn't there before. So by doing this, we've just like screwed ourselves.
As one of the last levels in the game, it does have some of the tightest angles on certain pieces. So you'll see kind of going over certain parts very slowly to make sure you actually hit the very tiny spot you can actually hit.
All right. My legs are done. Just working on the gravity plating right now.
Grab some
Legs
legs.
are
We do need
almost
positron
done.
intake still.
My legs are done. All right, we could do one quick donation while we close this out. We get to see the cool ending cutscene.
Time is coming up at the end of this level. There will be a little animation. We'll move suddenly very quickly as we have an action occur, and that will be time.
A haiku for $50 from Anonymous. Big, small, wash it all. 6 runners, a water squall. Let's watch that train, y'all.
Positron's
good.
done. Main platings are done. Not seeing anything on there. I think top's good.
It's like mostly the bottom at this point.
Yeah.
People on the top did their job. Oh, it's going down here.
Hey, there's only 2 of us down here.
Hey,
I'm not pointing any fingers.
Hey,
However.
I'm watching you.
Hey! Oh my god.
All right, Tritium Saucer Lower Rim, Auxiliary Geomagnetic Discs.
Oh, I know what those are.
Auxiliary Geomagnetic Discs. That's it.
Never mind, I don't know what those are.
I understood some of those words.
Yeah.
It's the center purple
It's
ring.
the center rings. There's 2.
How many rings are there?
One's down, one more.
Circle.
I don't see it.
I'm just blasted, I'm gonna be honest.
It's there.
I'm just going, like, I
It's on
see the
top,
part
top.
that's not done.
Oh, where
On
is
top.
it?
Done. Time.
Time.
GG.
All right.
All right.
If we did indeed call time when I think I see it on the stream, I think that's a world record.
33,
No.
31, and 7
No way.
Shaved another 30 seconds off.
So we just beat our world record by like 30 seconds. That's pretty cool.
Tremendous.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you can also
right.
see the desync showcased a bit here. Everyone off host can still stand on the UFO because it's not cleaned and gone for them. So on my screen, they just get to hang out in the air. If you give it about 2 minutes, they'll fall.
Yeah, when it catches up for us, we get kicked off.
Yep.
I'm assuming we don't want to wait the 2 minutes. So we'd like to,
I was gonna say
move
we'll
on to
move
the
over
train.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
All right, wasn't that bad this time.
All right. So we're going to move on to the train. And in the train, we get to use soap, but we don't get to use the trident because it's a special job. They give you specific equipment to use. 8 minutes.
All right, let me load the lobby.
Do we want to do a couple donations while we're setting this up?
Yeah. Let's go for that.
All right, let's clean through some donations. Stewart21 sends in $25 saying, well, why did the prison escapee stop at the car wash? He wanted to make a clean getaway.
We're gonna need to reload this. My soap didn't replenish.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
exhausting it now. Double check yours as well.
I got
Mine's
5
good.
liters.
This is the one
let's
level
make sure
we're
we're all
allowed to do
soaked
stuff.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Sinlink with $10 saying, I don't want to badmouth anyone's artistic skill, but that's not a bunny. That's Beans.
Aww.
please.
Yeah,
so
go
bad
back
at
and watch
drawing.
the awful block, please.
It was very good.
Lily's sending in $100 to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Soap it up. Comrade Ghost Shark with $25. Love power washing in real life and love that the game is so satisfying. Let's power wash cancer away. Chip with $25 saying, I like trains. And R2JL with $50 saying, I picked up Power Wash Simulator almost immediately upon release and I put in so many hours over the course of early access, it has to be my game of the year. Let's clean that train.
All right.
I was going to make that jump.
So we're
That
restarting
was so
the
cool.
job.
There we go.
So we get to use soap here. Soap is really powerful because it cleans in a pretty wide area. But there's specific kinds of soap. And for this one, we're mainly going to be using metal soap because most of the train is metal. And again, there's a lot of really finicky things on this train, and soap helps cover a lot of that. So, gamers
Everyone
ready?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Count him.
Let's go in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So, one of the difficulties of this back part of this train is these little nubs on the side. So I'm going to be focusing pretty heavily on those while people do the rest of the train.
Do not forget to reload your soap.
Yes.
Very
So we get 5 liters of soap at the beginning of this level, and you do have to manually reload it. I'm going to run out right now and reload, and then we just keep going. It's more than enough with 6 people, but if you were doing this solo, you'd have to ration your soap very carefully because you wouldn't want to use it for big parts like this. You'd want to use it for more very small bursts and also not be, running it continuously.
Worth noting, the soap spraying nozzle is incredibly wide and therefore incredibly low pressure, so it doesn't really have much inherent cleaning power.
Yeah, it's all on the power of the soap. Big ding there.
Big thing.
So the front of the train is also a particular pain point. A lot of the train parts. I don't know trains very well.
As opposed to
that's a
it might be a linkage. Oh.
Are somewhat finicky about their angles, and honestly, there is some that I don't actually understand. So that's why I let the other people deal with the front of the train, and I don't have to.
So actually, something to mention that we've not mentioned yet, the most important thing is we are not using the Trident, so you know what? We don't have any desync. We don't have to worry about that right now. It's so good.
Yeah,
it's so nice.
That's actually a really nice thing. We all know exactly where we are in the job.
Hey, do we have time for one quick, very special donation?
Absolutely.
I think so.
We have a donation from one of the runners, Enigma Requiem, with $50, saying, "I promise I got the keel this time, or if I haven't, I will." Probably. Wonderful
definitely got
running
it.
with y'all, and remember, gravity is down, anti-gravity is up. Praise the gnome.
Praise the gnome.
Praise the gnome.
Hold on, where's the gnome? Let me go find him real quick. Nah. We got more important things to do.
You can find the gnome after. All right, so at this point, when we're down to the last 15-20%, this is more of a mad rush to the end. We're trying to figure out what we're missing where. Angelic can obviously call it out, but it's a little bit
And everyone
more,
can?
I
That's
guess
true.
everyone can, but Angelic is.
But you do a
Angelic
good
is
job
the-
with
the
it.
shot caller.
You do a nice job with it.
Since there's no
You are the people's
desync,
champion.
the tablet is true for everyone.
And the Grimo vision is really useful here on some of these smaller parts. I'm trying to find where the dirt is on this coal panel, and I cannot find it.
I think the front right side might be done. Double checking. Yeah, front right side is done.
There it is.
I will say confidently incorrect.
Yeah, so these little nubs actually have a surprising amount of dirt on them, and if you don't get them properly, they will be clean. Come on. I'm really good at jumping in this game, I promise. Here it is.
I mean, you just gotta press spacebar. It's that
Yeah.
easy.
Just jump.
Oh, is it right in the middle? That's embarrassing. Anyway, nobody saw that, right?
No.
I had my eyes closed.
Yeah. And you actually do get to see some different nozzle usage here as I switch immediately back to the soap, but All right, I think the back is done, assuming all the inner stuff is done.
Skirting just got done. Let's see. Boiler, cab floor, cab panels and roof, cab steps. I am slacking. Brake controller, speed controller, furnace.
I am almost out of soap, so I'm just blasting the inside.
Oh, I've been out of soap
I
for like
am,
2 minutes.
I am fresh out of soap now.
Yeah.
Just trying to get the last bits of this cow catcher.
There we go. Got the brake controller.
The floor.
I saw some in here, but I didn't know where it was.
Main boiler still needs a bit.
What is-
And again, this is the angle hunt. Ideally, if we did everything correct first try, we wouldn't have to do this, but there it
doesn't
is.
Alright,
happen.
cow catcher done.
I'll actually
They
open
could
the
be your
tablet to see what
devils,
we have.
or they could be your angles.
Oh, they are definitely our
Choice is
angles right
yours.
now. What they are so devilish.
Where's the boiler on the train? Is that the front?
It's the
It-
main
it's-
cylinder at the top, yeah.
I've seen trains before, I think.
Yeah,
Angelic,
a
what's the
big round
cylinder?
thing in the front.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, I saw
Smoke
something.
bombs
giant
is done.
tennis ball tube.
It's the big green cylinder.
Big green,
not
got
the,
it.
Not the gray cylinder. That's
Big
smoke
green, got
box.
It's the ginger ale.
Boiler, cab steps.
Boiler done.
Got the boiler.
Gauge
Cab
boxes. It's less
The
cab
bottom of the cab
steps.
step. Yeah.
Because I got the right
Alright.
cab steps.
All right, we're coming up on the last couple things here. Be ready for time.
Page box. There we go. Done. Signal lamps, smoke box, door handle.
Got the signal lamps.
Done.
Time.
Time. Woo! All right, so now we can show off how blasting people moves them.
Time isn't hit officially, but I think you timed out at a final of right around 5 minutes 53 seconds.
That's pretty good.
Not too bad.
Yeah. I think maybe like 4 minutes or something. But again, that entirely depends on like how lucky we get with all of our soap actually working correctly. So, that's PowerWash Simulator. All vehicles. All locations is like an 8-hour run, so we're not doing that. In case you were wondering. But yeah, if people enjoy this, there's a pretty big PowerWash speedrunning community.
They have their own Discord. I've spoken with them, and very friendly folks. A lot of information, surprising amount of information out there for different stuff. A lot of active folks, so feel free to join there if you want some more information about how to do things that are not having 6 people together and desyncing the entire game. And but either way, his run's been a lot of fun. I appreciate everyone coming together for this. It was just. It started as a very silly idea of wouldn't it be funny since this game's got 6 players if we did a 6-person run, and it's kind of gone into this. So appreciate everyone committing to the bit, and had a great time with it.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any other words?
I want to shout out my wife, Lady Sue Nicole, for actually waking up to watch this. Thank you, babe. I love you. Biglaw, got anything?
I mean, just shout outs to everyone being here, putting on a fantastic as heck run, and I'm just so stoked that it went as well as it did, and that I can be here and do awesome stuff like this. So,
yeah, thank you to everyone. Thank you to GDQ. I love working with everyone in the tech studio that I'm waving at hi, because I'm in the studio right now. And yeah, keep watching GDQ and keep donating. I think that's it from us. See you around.
Bye.
Shoutouts, of course, to Amyrlinn, Bullets, Biglaw, Enigma, AngelicKnight, and Acadiel for that world record PowerWash Simulator 6 players all vehicles run. What a rush. Time for a quick donation from Jay the Paleontology Guy, who sends in $10 and says, putting my degree to use for a dinosaur fact. Tyrannosaurus rex is the only large carnivore known from its environment. The lightly built babies with their long legs and sprinter's build filled speedy, small prey specialist niches, while the big, bulky adults specialized in ambushing and eating dinosaurs around their own size. Now back to your regularly scheduled power washing. Thanks so much, Jay. Hope you enjoyed the run. Well, everyone, that is all for me for this shift and for Awesome Games Done Quick 2023 Online. Be good to yourselves, be excellent to each other, and keep on gaming. We'll be right back with more speedruns after this.
Yeah, about a minute left. It's a Friends, I departed from the host mic on day one with a total of $55,057 raised, and look what I've returned to. About 4.5 days later, and I've fallen back into the hosting hole to find out that we've crossed the $1 million threshold, and then some? We're actually at $1,094,052. Actually incredible. I hope you're proud of yourselves because you should be. Well, with the backpats given for your generosity, hello once again, I am still Zenadir. You can still call me Zen, and I'm ecstatic to be your host for the upcoming Celeste Into the Jungle runs and beyond. I even let Twitter decide what Celeste merch I'd be rocking for the host shifts because you can clearly see me, so I'm absolutely hyped to watch this run live. I've been waiting for it all week. Celeste is a game, is such a great message, and their Twitter is just full of encouragement, and I love to see in my day. I am genuinely a huge fan. So that hat I mentioned that I'm wearing is actually one of the prizes you could be entered to win currently for only a $10 donation, so keep that in mind. We have an $18.39 donation from the Carrarium that says, really cool to see one of the best Celeste speedrunners on the planet and one of the nicest people I know show off so many cool parts of this community on the GDQ stage. Best of luck, Comet. Make Bergie proud. And with that, we have a thumbs up. This is what we've been waiting for. This is Celeste Custom Maps Into the Jungle Any Percent being run by Comet625.